McKinsey Research estimates that Gen AI could add as much as $4.4 trillion to the global economy annually across the 63 use cases they analyzed. And you, our partners, have already been capitalizing on this. You've already produced over 90 Gen AI partner demos, and there are more than 50 Gen AI solutions from you on the AWS marketplace. And we have just begun to scratch the surface of what's possible.
Welcome to Amazon Web Services reInvent 2024, led by Ruba Borno. Ruba Borno is the Vice President of Global Specialists and Partners of Amazon Web Services, known for her transformative leadership at AWS. She has redefined the tech world through innovation and leadership. Join me as I explore groundbreaking announcements shaping the future of technology.
Good afternoon, Las Vegas. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you around the world. I am thrilled to be here at my third Partner Keynote at reInvent, where every year we showcase how partners are working together with AWS to help customers achieve incredible goals. It made me think about just how similar it is to a symphony orchestra, where different instruments, like many diverse technologies and services, and each player who has a unique role, like our partners in each of their areas of expertise, they all come together to create a masterpiece that is greater than the sum of its parts. Both a symphony and the cloud are built upon the fundamental laws of physics. And throughout this past year, and in the examples we share today, we've assembled many magnificent orchestras. With musical instruments, the vibrations of strings find their parallel in technology, and the parallel is in the pulsing of data that resonates throughout our networks. Resonance is fundamental to a symphony. In the cloud, there is only one thing so fundamental to everything you do, to everything we do, and that is security. At AWS, security resonates everywhere. It is in our nature, and it is not just integrated. It is in our DNA. It is in every line of code we write, in every chip, and in every model. With AWS and our partner network, customers have the tools to create a secure foundation, and that foundation is brought in tune by that very same partner network with the best security partners in the industry. And that's critical, because AWS security partners play the leading role. IDC forecasts that global security products will continue to see double-digit growth, with total revenue with products alone reaching $200 billion by 2028. But this is one of the most heterogeneous, most complex industries. With thousands of security solutions available, finding and implementing the best solution can be daunting. So how do customers know who to work with? How do customers know which partner can solve their challenges? That's why partners go through a rigorous process to validate their capabilities with AWS. And it's why we invest in partner specializations. These specializations distinguish partners on what they do best. Customers use specializations to discern which partners to work with. Canalys found that 87% of customers look at specializations to determine which partners to work with. At AWS, we have 119 different partner specializations. And today, I'm really excited to talk about 4 new specializations focused on security and governance. First up, we're continuing to raise the bar on the security competency. We're launching the AI security category, and this is an indication of a partner's deep expertise in protecting AI applications and in leveraging AI to address cyber attacks. Next, I'm also pleased to launch the digital sovereignty competency. This is relevant to our sovereign cloud, and it is designed for partners who help customers navigate how to address all of their sovereignty requirements, from geo to geo or industry to industry, all while leveraging AWS services and controls. And for partners who've demonstrated that their products and services can work with Amazon Security Lake, we're launching the Amazon Security Lake Service Ready Competency, or specialization. This is for partners who've demonstrated that their products and services work seamlessly across Amazon Security Lake. And last but not least, you may have seen this week, we just launched the AWS Security Incident Response Service. This service combines the automated monitoring, investigation, accelerated communication, and coordination. But we are launching the same specialization also at the same time. And this is amazing because partners who have this specialization actually get access to the same tools, the same services, the same data, the same customer incident response team to quickly respond to customers. It's all about reducing the customer's time to restoration. So I'm delighted to be sharing this specialization and excited about the future of partners for this specialization to differentiate themselves with AWS. This competency has one goal in mind, working backwards from the customers to protect them together. So our goal is to give customers the widest array of experts, including over 100 security ISV partners validated by our security competency. These ISVs have collectively sold billions of dollars in services and products to AWS customers. These are ISVs like Wiz. Founded in 2020, Wiz has achieved decacorn status by building on AWS and selling through the AWS marketplace. They've also leveraged the benefits and the breadth of the AWS partner network by working with partners like Ahead. Together, they worked with our mutual customer, Turnitin. Now, Turnitin is a global company dedicated to ensuring the integrity of education and meaningfully improving learning outcomes at all levels of academia. I'm really excited that we've got all of these experts here for you today. Here to talk about how Wiz worked with Ahead to help Turnitin purchase security solutions are Kirby Brown Jr., the Senior Director of Security and Compliance at Turnitin, Tim Frank, Chief Revenue Officer of Ahead, and Inon Kostica, Co-founder and Chief Product Officer of Wiz, with our moderator, Vice President of Global Sales at AWS, Greg Pearson.
Thank you. Well, welcome, and thanks for joining us for such an important topic that each and every one of us has to face every day, and that is security in the cloud. Kirby, I want to start with you. You're an extremely seasoned security professional, and you have to face the same complex security environment that this room and all our customers have to do every day. I'd like to know, how do you approach these challenges? They must be daunting. And then how did you end up selecting Wiz as a security partner?
Absolutely. I think one of the challenges we continue to face in the security industry is how do we continue to drive efficiency in the essentials? The essentials are those core foundational cybersecurity practices such as configuration and vulnerability management, identity and access management. There's those core practices that transcend time and technology. With the ever-evolving threat landscape now further complicated by the presence of AI, we need a partner that can really help us get better at those essentials. When we chose Wiz as our partner, we did so not only for their incredible time to value that their technology brought, but also because we felt they were the right partner to help Turnitin get better, faster, and stronger at those core practices.
Yeah, that's all so important. Tim, as a channel partner for Wiz, you're part of this amazing support team supporting customers like Kirby and many others. Tell us more about that, maybe specifically about the whole go-to-market aspect of it and why the channel is just so effective of driving products and services like Wiz provides.
So Greg, in my opinion, utilizing a channel partner like Ahead helps clients like Kirby deliver and really accelerate the time to value, to his point. With our partnership with Wiz and AWS, our goal was obviously to deliver for our clients and accelerate their cloud security efforts. With that, we built an end-to-end security posture covering from development through deployment, minimizing risk at every stage of the development lifecycle, and helping clients like Kirby get to value faster. With Wiz and AWS, we built what we called our Ahead Cloud Security Accelerator, which is a unique set of IP that combines full visibility into cloud attack paths with swift remediation done at scale. Because we developed this jointly, our assessment includes Wiz's security posture management risk assessment, so we can quickly work with our clients to assess their Gen I workload risks at no cost. And the combination of Wiz, Ahead, and AWS really improves customers' cloud security postures, and more importantly, to Kirby's point, increases their efficiency of the security operations across the organization. But the key to all this, and I'm sure you would appreciate this, is Ahead developed a Wiz-specific listing on AWS Marketplace to really make it seamless for our clients to implement these solutions.
That's fantastic. So that's great to know, because that was one of my questions. I was assuming, Kirby, your access and the decision on Wiz went through the AWS Marketplace. How was that experience? Was it easy?
Yes, navigating the marketplace is exceptionally easy to navigate, and it brings a level of proficiency and efficiency to the procurement process that I really appreciate.
Yeah, it's just so important, and we'll probably come back to that in just a little bit, but the marketplace has helped accelerate the purchase and the ease of onboarding the software. Yanan, you heard Ruba here just talk about the ISVs that are building on and selling with AWS. And I mean, you guys are such an amazing example. You've experienced incredible growth. I mean, incredible growth with your products moving through the marketplace and then with partnerships with companies like Ahead. Tell us about these partnerships and how that ties back to the value you're trying to create for your customers.
Of course, cloud and AI carry an immense potential for transformation, but time to value is really key. And this is why at Wiz, first, we've invested everything in making our security insights valuable minutes after connecting into your cloud environment. For the same reason, we are leveraging the AWS Marketplace in order to achieve scale, velocity, and acceleration when transacting. And Kirby mentioned efficiency. Efficiency is thanks to democratizing the best technologies out there to the teams so they can use them. Cloud is an amazing tool to democratize the best technologies to every team out there. And also, Wiz democratizes cloud security. And thanks to partners like Ahead that are actually taking these technologies and bridging over knowledge gaps and making them available for customers to accelerate innovation and build on top of them and achieve business outcomes, this is how we can achieve innovation at scale. And AI was a prime example. Last year, we were sitting here at reInvent, so many new AI announcements, specifically AI security posture management by Wiz. And basically, partners like Ahead embracing this technology, making it available for customers like Turnitin, is what allowed them to adopt these technologies immediately.
It's awesome. Well, it's certainly working. I want to finish with you, but first, Kirby, what do you want the audience here to take away from this conversation from your perspective? How should they be thinking about security and finding that right solution?
Yeah, I think the takeaway for me is to really find partners that want to help you get better at doing those essential tasks we talked about earlier. I think we have to be careful when we get to conferences like this and we hear all the new security acronyms that are out there. I think we need to focus on a true partner, a partner who is willing to be present beyond just the upsells and renewals, who's invested in your success, a partner who is willing to take time to learn about your unique challenges and collaborate closely to help you achieve your objectives. I think we win in cybersecurity not by focusing on the latest acronyms, but really getting those fundamentals right. I think we win by focusing on hygiene over hype, like basics over buzzwords, and doing so with the help of authentic, trust-based partner relationships.
Yeah, super. Tim, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I just say hands down, security is the top challenge faced by our clients. We hold about 200 executive briefings and envisioning workshops in our Chicago and New York City innovation centers, and security is at the top of the agenda list. And the focus has really shifted from education and awareness to concrete action plans on the how. And I think the big thing for us is we're 100% committed to accelerating the adoption, deployment, and most importantly, the business impact for our clients like Kirby. And I'd just like to end, we're thrilled with the joint go-to-market that we've established with both Wiz and AWS. And I absolutely want to thank Kirby and Anand for the opportunities in the partnership.
Yeah, well, thank you both very much. Look, Yanan, this audience, I'm sure they're super eager, right? Because 3-4 years ago, nobody probably heard a whole lot of Wiz, and you guys have just come from nowhere and built scale, and really are a role model to other startups here in the audience. Look, you've graduated globally, you've achieved moving from unicorn to decacorn status. What are the keys to success?
So as a startup, you must be laser focused on your customer needs. And actually, partners play a key role in achieving that focus. On the technology side, we leverage cloud technologies so we can offload the infrastructure investments and focus really on innovation. On the business aspect, we rely on the AWS marketplace and on our partner ecosystem in order to scale out and accelerate our growth when it comes to transacting and bridging over knowledge to the thousands of customers that can leverage them. And it's only getting more and more important as you scale. Only this year, Wiz launched 2 completely new products, Wiz Code, that allows customers to shift left and secure the development lifecycle and the code. And also, actually, this reInvent, we launched Wiz Defend. Wiz Defend, new product, it's basically allowing security operations teams to detect and respond threats in the cloud effectively. So it's only really thanks to the ecosystem that we created that we are able to take this technology as soon as they're created and broker them to customers so they can make the best use of it. And this is why I will say, and I'll summarize by saying that in order to achieve growth, we have to be really relying on the partner ecosystem so we can focus on our customer needs, continue innovation, while the partner ecosystem and the AWS marketplace allows us to achieve the scale and the acceleration of our go-to-market efforts. So thank you very much for all of this. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. We really appreciate the partnership with all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kirby, Tim, Inan, and Greg. I love that example because that is the kind of success that we want to see for every customer and every partner. And to do that, we have to help by amplifying every one of our partners and raise the volume so they can be heard. Tech is a noisy space with thousands of problems and possible solutions. We want to help you filter through the noise. And the biggest signal tuner, and you heard about it a second ago, is AWS Marketplace. It gives customers a clear signal. It amplifies the partner signal to help customers find the right partner, no matter how big or how small. And customers love it. In 2024, over 99% of AWS's top 1,000 customers have at least one active subscription on the AWS Marketplace. Let's look at that again. Over 99%, almost every single one of our top customers is buying from AWS Marketplace. And that also includes public sector customers. Public sector customers have transacted over $1 billion of software contracts in AWS Marketplace just this calendar year. Forrester Consulting found that channel partners who build and scale AWS Marketplace practices realize incredible gains. First, a 234% return on investment, 50% faster deal closures, and 4 to 5 times richer deal sizes. So we want to encourage more and more partners to reach customers through AWS Marketplace. And that's why I'm really excited that starting in January, SaaS co-sell benefits will be expanded to all ISV Accelerate partners, including eligible startups. Now, we know that AWS Marketplace helps amplify our partner impact, and it takes them up to 11. But for that to happen, customers have to go to AWS Marketplace? What if customers could get the value of AWS Marketplace from wherever they were? And what if partners could supercharge their businesses with AWS Marketplace from anywhere? What if AWS Marketplace was seamlessly available on any partner website with just a click of a button? I am so thrilled to announce that Buy with AWS is now generally available. This way, customers can access AWS Marketplace from any partner's website. Partners can now provide customers with co-branded search, discovery, and a procurement experience directly from their websites. And from there, customers can request demos, get custom pricing, and all of this while taking advantage of their AWS Marketplace's central billing and user management features. And of course, with all transactions connecting directly to the customer's own AWS account. Global distributor Ingram Micro has already developed a storefront that has Buy with AWS. EMEA reseller Bytes, one of our fastest growing resellers and partners in the UK, has also built their own Buy with AWS storefront. And one of our top ISVs, Databricks, they've taken this capability even further. They embedded the Buy with AWS button as a payment method right from within the customer workspace. So now customers can take advantage of in-app upgrades using Buy with AWS. These are just a few examples, but today there are over 50 partners that are using Buy with AWS on their sites and improving the customer buying experience. And as part of this launch, Buy with AWS sellers will have access to a dedicated dashboard, accessible in their AWS Marketplace Management portal. And they can see the number of visitors, the views, how long customers are dwelling, how many agreements are being transacted, as well as the number of clicks. With this dashboard, partners will have the metrics they need to be successful. And this is just one of the ways we're innovating for you, whether you're a customer or a partner. We're going to continue to roll out new features, new capabilities, and new functionality for you. Partners can create now private offers and get paid in 4 currencies, euros, yen, pounds, and Australian dollars on top of the US dollar as well, eliminating foreign exchange risk. And they can also receive payments to their local bank accounts. This is something partners around the world have been asking for years, and we're so glad to continue to develop and provide this service. I'm also excited about the innovations that'll make the SaaS deployment experience faster and better for customers, like SaaS Quick Launch for Databricks. And that speeds up the time from purchase to deployment for customers, so they can start using the value that you're able to deliver to them. Now, these are just a few of the examples of what we've been working on. And you've heard a lot of us this week say that one of the hardest things about these keynotes is knowing which launches to cover. Because in the past 12 months, since this time last year, we have launched over 45 significant features on AWS Marketplace and Partner Central. And there is more to come because we are committed to making it the best place for partners and customers to connect. Now, we want to make sure every partner is heard. But being heard is just table stakes. Customers' businesses are changing faster than ever before, and I hope what you heard this week in terms of the level of innovation is showing you that. But we want to make sure that partners are able to help customers keep up pace, that partners are playing at a fast enough tempo. So to speed up transformation, we've doubled down not just on migrations, but modernization. And we've talked about this before, because migration is not enough. Customers need modernization of those legacy applications and those workloads. And that's why we're excited about the potential of Amazon Q Developer Transform. With this service, partners are now equipped with a differentiated way to rapidly modernize .NET, Java, mainframe, and VM workloads, and more to come, to help customers modernize faster. And we didn't just develop this by ourselves. I want to acknowledge the great work that the partners showing up on the slide behind me have done to help our product team develop this. Partners like Deloitte, Accenture, IBM, and the others you see shaped the direction of this service from inception. And the partner feedback has been amazing. One of our launch partners, Slalom, said that with Amazon Q Developer Transform, they anticipate seeing productivity improvements of up to 30% for simple tasks or standard tasks, and more than double on modernizing very complex legacy systems. That's all to help our customers move faster. So you not only have the tools to help customers modernize, but we have made material improvements to the programs so that you have access to funding and programs to help our customers move faster, like the Migration Acceleration Program, or MAP. First, we restructured the incentives so that AWS can offer partners more funding support on larger modernization deals. This means there are no more caps on how much funding you can receive. So what am I asking of you? Think bigger with our customers, because they want to modernize and they need your help. And one of the biggest areas for us is with greenfield customers. Last year, we implemented the Greenfield Customer Engagement Incentive, and since then, we've seen 80% of greenfield customers have a partner involved when it comes to migrations. So thank you to all of the partners who are helping customers finally move to AWS. A huge kudos to you. And we've also added incentives for strategic workloads. Workloads like SAP, mainframe, and VMware. If I double-click into VMware, customers and partners can now use this incentive with the recently announced AWS native service, Amazon Elastic VMware Service, which allows customers to run their VMware Cloud Foundation-based environments within their Amazon VPC. Now, with the continued evolution of the Migration Acceleration Program, we know that you will help more customers move faster. And who better to learn from about moving fast with customers than the partner that was awarded this year's AWS Migration Consulting Partner of the Year, Calent. Now, all right, a lot of Calent fans in the room. Well, we're Calent fans as well. To hear about how Calent leverages MAP, as well as other AWS partner specializations, programs, and AWS services to help their customers and achieve their own business growth, please welcome Calent's President and Chief Revenue Officer, Val Henderson.
Thank you, Ruba. I'm so excited to be up here today. Intel's former and legendary CEO, Andy Grove, once said, "Only the paranoid survive." That is an ethos that has followed me and guided me through much of my career. But the principle does not mean fearing the unknown. It's about embracing a fierce curiosity and a preparedness to grow. That means everything needs to evolve. The focus, the methods, and sometimes even the values. At Calent, we encourage our team to explore and experiment and always expect the unexpected. Asking ourselves, what happens if we don't do this? And being willing to answer and tackle difficult truths. That question actually propelled Calent through our own very unique evolution. We were actually founded as a container management platform. And in 2019, we pivoted to services. A decision that would change the course of our future. In 2021, we went all in with AWS, earning our first designation, the migration competency, something still core to our business every single day. Since then, we've achieved 12 additional competencies, 12 service delivery designations, and developing a focus in key industries like financial services, media, and healthcare. In parallel, we grew from 50 to 650 employees. That's 200 times growth in just 3 years. A testament to the power of focus, making quick decisions, and knowing when to say no, and candidly, some sleepless nights. But these numbers do not tell the full story. What speaks to our growth is how we've adapted. We've embraced AI delivery, transforming our daily work. This is not about replacing people. It's about enhancing the builder's experience. Earlier, you heard Ruba talk about Amazon Q. As early adopters, our team experimented, creating AI methodology that we call test-driven automation. We've built a team of AI companions that help augment our delivery talent, making them smarter, faster, and better equipped to tackle our customers' most difficult and complex challenges. But at the heart of this is our culture of continuous curiosity, what we call the Kaylant way. When you work with Kaylant, you work with our shared experience of the entire team. We use a cortex of knowledge that builds on itself to better inform each customer engagement. We hold over 700 AWS certifications and focus on all AWS programs like the AWS Migration Acceleration Program. But our goal is simple: anticipate customer needs and deliver meaningful growth. And like Jerry Garcia, the late lead guitarist of my favorite band, the Grateful Dead, said, don't be the best at what you do, be the only ones that do what you do. When Life360 came to us, they didn't just need technical expertise. They needed a partner that understood what was at stake. When connections grow wider than ever before, kids can hail ride shares, families are traveling to distant countries, and frankly, life is moving faster than ever before. Nothing matters more than the safety of our loved ones. That's where Life360 comes in. And together, we built a solution worthy of the trust users like me put in it every day. Now, let's take a moment and see how Life360 brings peace of mind to families everywhere.
Life360 should replace yoga. When we got this app, 50% of our stress was washed down the drain.
I have 2 boys. Even when we're far away, it makes me feel closer to them.
I have a place alert near my favorite fast food chain. Mom, can you give me fast food, please?
You don't need yoga if you have 360. It makes your life very simple.
Life360 is a mobile application and a series of devices that allows you to find people, pets, and things that are important to you and your family to make sure they're safe.
We at Kaylant want to be the partner that helps Life360 focus on their product, and we can deliver that underlying infrastructure.
Life360 has 70 million people worldwide that rely on our services. The service that Kaylant provided, helping us to move into the AWS cloud, allowed us to reduce the latency across data centers so we can provide that great experience instantaneously to our users.
In order to deliver that level of reliability, we have to design a system that is resilient. By leveraging AWS with Amazon Route 53 application recovery controller, cellular architectures within Amazon API Gateway and Amazon EKS, Life360 was able to dispatch 42,000 emergency services last year to different incidents that they detected. It actually saves lives.
Our partnership with Kaylant, helping us to do this cloud migration, really allowed the Life360 team to focus on building a better experience for our users. It's about making everyday life easier. It's peace of mind.
All right, thank you to Val and the Kaylant team for the partnership, and for Life360 for that story. What an amazing story. Now, long-standing partnerships, like the one with Kaylant, really deliver value to customers, as you saw, and end users. And the ultimate beneficiary of those long-standing partnerships are our customers. Now, I want to pivot to one really important long-standing partnership we have had at AWS, which is one of our top ISV partners, SAP. Yesterday, we announced Grow with SAP, which is SAP's public cloud ERP software as a service available on AWS and AWS Marketplace. And I'm not just doing this by myself. Here to unpack what this means for AWS partners and for AWS customers, Please welcome SAP's Executive Board member and Head of SAP Product Engineering, Mohammed Alam. All right, welcome, Mohammed. Thank you so much. Now, this is such a strategic workload for our customers. And I'm really excited about not only the state of the partnership, and most recently this Grow announcement of Grow with SAP on AWS, but it's all building on so much work that we've done together. So I'd love to hear, what do you think cloud customers are going to gain?
Thank you, Ruba. I'm excited to be here and really excited about the announcement as well. With Grow with SAP, we're really bringing our flagship ERP, SAP's flagship ERP, onto AWS Marketplace. The first time we've done that on any hyperscaler marketplace. And in this ERP, we've got industry best practices pre-configured in an evergreen solution. One that works for customers of all sizes, and it works for customers that are service-centric businesses as well as product-centric businesses. And we're also very proud that in the ERP, we've supercharged it with SAP Joule and Business AI embedded in context that just creates even more value for our customers as they get onto the journey with S/4HANA Public Cloud.
That is incredible. I'm really excited about what you said, and especially first hyperscaler to do that with and being on the AWS Marketplace. Now, we're doing so much more, and the momentum between SAP and AWS continues to accelerate. Now, I would love for you to share some of the other things that we're working on.
No, there's a lot to pick from. I mean, I think, like you said, as you talked about the marketplace, the 45 features, I think our partnership is so broad and so deep. But I think as we sort of stick to the Grow with SAP announcement, one of the things we're really excited about is bringing Grow with SAP S/4HANA Public Cloud that sort of powers that solution onto AWS's Graviton 4 infrastructure. And our early results already show us about 25% improvement in analytical workloads and about 40% improvement in transactional workloads over Graviton 3. So we're really excited about, as we move to Graviton 4, the experience improvements that our mutual customers are going to get running on Grow with SAP.
I love those numbers. Now, I do think the innovation opportunity is massive with BTP, and especially with generative AI. And yesterday, Matt announced Amazon Nova, this new set of state-of-the-art models from Amazon with multimodal intelligent and creative content generation capabilities. And your team from SAP has been one of our launch partners on this from the get-go. So can you describe how we're partnering here?
Yep. No, listen, I think on this one, we're really excited to be a launch partner on this new family of LLMs, AWS Nova, and sort of bringing that on top of SAP's Generative AI Hub and SAP AI Core and SAP BTP to really provide our customers with multiple options to build and extend their AI solutions and really sort of drive the value that comes from leveraging the model.
I love this. So what you're seeing here is just better performance, better solutions, more availability for customers. Thank you so much for the partnership, Mohammed. And on behalf of the entire team at AWS, I want to thank you. And I know you have a session going on later today, a roundtable for customers and partners to learn about Grow with SAP. So I'd encourage everyone to go to the reInvent app and check that out. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see the additional results we'll deliver to customers together.
Thank you very much.
All right, wow. I think we've had an amazing lineup so far. You've heard about new specializations, new marketplace capabilities, new program changes, and you've heard from our partners, ISVs, and system integrators alike. Well, it is not over yet. I want you to hear about AWS's commitment to partners straight from the top. I don't know if you all read the article from CRN where Matt Garman was featured, and he was talking about how he wants customers and every deal to have a partner attached. So please join me in welcoming the biggest champion of AWS customers and partners, AWS CEO Matt Garman. Thank you. You wore a jacket for us.
I did. I decided to get fancied up. I was speaking to the analyst community earlier, and I thought I should wear.
Oh, just pretend it's for us. So.
Sorry, for the partners. That's for all of you that I wore a jacket. Yes.
Well, I love that CRN article, and I'm really excited about the continued potential we have with partners. But I know you had something you wanted to start with.
Yeah, actually, so the very first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to take this time and congratulate all of our 2024 Partner Award winners. So thank you. Let's just do a round of applause for everybody who's award winner. You really are so critical to our joint customers being successful in their cloud journey. Really, it's a true honor to have you here and really appreciate that partnership. So thank you and congratulations to all of our award winners.
And for those that don't know, these awards are out of 150,000 partners worldwide, and we also have an innovation-based category where we had the highest number of nominations ever, 1,250, and so truly they are the best of the best.
Yep.
So, Matt, maybe I will just go ahead and jump to, you've been with AWS for nearly 2 decades?
18 years, yep.
18 years. And in a variety of roles, you talked about that a little bit yesterday, from product to sales, marketing, and now our CEO. You've seen the partner relationships evolve from that beginning. And so I'd love for you to share what is vital to a great partnership today.
Yeah, it's, well, and thank you. It's been such a journey with our partner organization. And from the very beginning when we started AWS, we knew that partners were going to be a critical part of us helping customers as they go on their cloud journey. And I think one of the reasons for that is because you all know the end customers so deeply. You understand their business, you understand what the challenges are that they're going through, and you understand the intricacies of AWS technologies and how those can apply. And so I do think that is a really important component of how we jointly go help customers. And that deep knowledge, that deep relationship building that you have with those end customers, and then connecting the dots between the technology we have here, and amongst us, by the way, it's not just AWS technologies, but it's our ISV partner technologies too that are super critical to helping customers be successful, because there's a lot of customers that, one, can't do that on their own. They don't necessarily have the capabilities, but they also just don't know how, right? And the customers really are looking for you all to help inspire them and learn how to go modernize.
Yeah, and I know you spend a huge chunk of your time with partners.
Yeah.
Now, one of the announcements that you made yesterday was about the ability for ISVs to integrate with Q-Index.
Yeah.
Now, can you tell us what this means for partners and customers? You touched on it a bit yesterday, but I'd love for you to dive deeper.
Yeah, sure. It's one of the product announcements that I'm incredibly excited about. For a couple of reasons. One is, I think it's a really strategic point for an enterprise to think about how they can bring all their sources of data together in this Q index. And that's kind of step one, right? Because today, there's information in various SaaS applications, there's information in their own repositories and their wikis and best practices. There's information in their own AWS repositories, and bringing that all together is step one. But I think the really cool part of this is also exposing that as an API so that they can actually get value out of it in lots of different places. And so you can imagine the power of being in a Zoom chat and being able to ask a question in Zoom about your Salesforce data. Like, that is a super interesting, or you're in Salesforce and asking it and getting insights based on a chat from your Zoom transcript. Like that back and forth kind of, and so you can imagine that as this get adopted, and I encourage ISVs out there to think about how you might take advantage of that information, because as enterprises get this valuable Q index, how can you integrate that into your application to both make it more valuable for customers and really spin that flywheel? Because being in the application that they're in, they don't have to switch back and forth and get contacts, and you can actually pull information across different applications. I think it is a really powerful concept for companies and for ISVs. So I think both your applications can get more valuable and our end customers can get a lot more value out of it. I'm very excited to see what happens there.
Yeah, there's potential value for every single ISV to use Q-Index here.
That's right.
So you've also been really focused on driving a lot of stronger partnerships with our ISVs and to support our customers. All of this is about working backwards with the customers.
Yep.
I'd love for you to cover a couple of key highlights, because we've had some really big announcements recently.
Yeah, there's how long do we have? I don't know, we have an hour, 2 hours.
You've got 5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay. I will try to keep it short. But look, from some of the biggest ISV partners in the world, we have announced partnerships with Atlassian, we have announced partnerships with ServiceNow. We announced partnerships with SAP. It's really cool to see how many of these really large ISVs are leaning in. And actually, you're seeing some of these, you can see it actually starting to see in the results where folks like Snowflake and folks like Salesforce are actually calling out in their earnings how a material part of their new sales are coming from Marketplace and coming from their work that we're doing together. I think there's also, one of the things that I get excited about too is when we lean into new regions together. I think that's a really cool and exciting area. We announced a partnership with EAT in the UAE to really, that is a region that is just exploding and such huge potential. And I think that is a partnership that we're really excited about in continuing to accelerate growth in the Middle East. We announced partnerships with Fujitsu in Japan to drive modernizations across their sets of customers. Really, it's across the board. We're seeing together AWS and partners be able to drive end outcomes for customers.
Yeah, you're reminding me of Snowflake's last earnings. They said that their co-sell with AWS grew 68% year over year, which is really amazing to see, or quarter over quarter. No, it was year over year.
Yeah.
And so that's amazing to see. And then Salesforce saying that 3 of their top 10 deals came from the AWS marketplace. So it is amazing results for us together. And I love the other partnerships you mentioned, like Atlassian and eAnd as well.
Yeah, and it's cool to see that they're all around the world, right?
Yeah.
They are really globally distributed. And we're really starting to see that growth.
Okay, well, last but not least, now we continue to make very large infrastructure investments. Anyone who listened to Amazon's earnings recently heard about that, and expanding into new regions based on customer demand.
Yeah.
Where are you seeing the biggest growth opportunities?
Yeah, there's a couple of spots there. I mentioned a few of them already. I do think the Middle East is a really big opportunity for growth, both in UAE. We've announced a new region in Saudi Arabia. That's not out yet, but we're building that. And by the way, for all of you partners out there, whenever we launch new regions, what I've loved to see is when you're all there with us when we launch. It's really fantastic. When we launched Malaysia, many of you were actually there on launch day, and that makes a difference for customers. It really does. It means that they can trust you all as a core part of their infrastructure and what they build. And so that really has a flywheel effect for us. It gets the region going faster. For you, it gets you into, it helps, hopefully makes it easy for you to get into new markets. But yeah, in Asia, like I mentioned, Malaysia, I think is a really exciting one. We've announced a new region in Mexico that's coming up here soon that we're really excited about. I think that is an economy that really is poised to continue to grow. It's actually hard pressed to find a location, and frankly, ironically, like even the U.S. it's just like we're launching new regions and new capabilities in the U.S. all of the time and new capacity. So it really is all across the globe where we're seeing that growth. Even and in regulated industries as well. We've announced a European sovereign region.
Yep.
Or a European sovereign cloud, and that's another area where I think we can partner together as we think about global kind of how do you meet restrictions that you need to or location specific needs. And those are areas where we can help, where we partner together and to go solve things like how do we help with data sovereignty. I think the European Sovereign Cloud is a great opportunity for us to partner with our broader, all you out there, to figure out how we jointly help our customers use our products no matter where they are in the world. And so we kind of take a little bit of that work on, but it's a thing that we want to lean in with all you on. It's why we are continuing to invest in so many new regions in countries around the world, and it's why we're excited and we're not slowing down anytime soon.
So one last question for you, which is, I know you're very optimistic about the future of partners and their contribution to AWS customers. Yeah. So any just parting words for our audience here?
What I would just the show and this week is all about connecting with our broader customers. I know just walking out there on the floor where many of you have booths and things like that, the energy is just electric. And I would encourage you all leaning forward next year. My optimism is most of our customers, if you think back a couple of years ago, people were really worried about cost optimization and worried about how they manage costs. I think there's a lot of optimism how folks have for growth. And they're really thinking about revenue, they're thinking about growth, they're thinking about how they can build. And that is a great opportunity for you all to help them lean in, help people go faster, help them understand your products and how they interact with AWS products, It's a fantastic opportunity. I think generative AI is front and center to a lot of those conversations, but it's across the whole scope of everything that everybody's doing in there across their companies, and it's a really fantastic time for us to go grow our businesses together.
Absolutely. What a great way to end, which is focus on growth and how we're going to grow our business together. Matt, thank you so much for your commitment to partners.
Thank you for having me. Thanks, everyone. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for being here. All right, you heard it a little bit. I am so amazed at just how much we continue to invest in infrastructure to support customers around the world and create and have several new regions coming soon. Now, I hope you see just how bullish we are and how bullish we continue to be about the potential for partners to help more and more customers. We've been especially interested in helping get an important customer segment onto AWS. Now, this is a segment that has yet to fully adopt cloud technology. Small and medium-sized businesses. They are so critical to the global economy, and AWS is committed to going big in SMBs. In January of this year, we launched an SMB competency for partners, and since then, the results have been incredible. On average, SMB partners with this competency grew 35 percentage points faster than those without that competency when we're looking at like-for-like partners. It is great to see the value they're delivering to SMB customers, because that value can transform entire industries. Yes, even SMB customers can transform entire industries. And when you look at customers like Laurel Canyon Live, you can see why I believe in the power of SMB transformation. Laurel Canyon Live's founder has worked with artists ranging from Diana Ross and Frank Sinatra to Justin Timberlake and Carrie Underwood. And by working with media and entertainment partner Metal Toad, they are poised to expand the reach of live performances beyond physical venues. Think about taking your concerts into your homes, your phones, and into movie theaters. In fact, recently, they completed the Taylor Swift Eras tour movie and the Beyoncé Renaissance concert movie. Let's take a look at the solution behind those amazing experiences.
Laurel Canyon Live is the shortest distance between artist and fan. We have to think about, there are people that would never be able to experience their favorite artist live. We're trying to recreate those sort of experiences that you would have in a true live space and bring that to the end user virtually. Laurel Canyon Live offers the artist the ability to capture their live shows and then distribute to millions of people throughout the world on our app for whatever device is out there, including theaters. We created a rack that goes out on tour with artists, capturing up to 40 cameras, 192 channels of 24-bit 48K audio. We can take that show, push it up through Amazon Web Services, and we can bring that to you wherever you may be in the world. We're pushing out Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, the highest quality audio and the highest quality video, which I think is a major differentiator. You can really get that spine-chilling effect. It's not a trivial thing getting stuff to the end user. It's around about 300 megabit per second going up to the cloud. Our partner, Metal Toad, is the interface between us and AWS. They are the engine room for getting us into the AWS environment. Metal Toad makes it very easy for us to concentrate on what we do. The amount of people that would like to have access to quality live events, it's massive. And we've handed the control back to artists.
How cool is that example? It is great to see a small and medium business transform such a universal experience, like going to a concert, and doing that in concert with AWS and AWS partners. Working together, like an orchestra. The great symphonies are orchestrated through the use of complex music lines. Different melodies and themes are combined to create a unified work of art. Now, never has orchestrating together these different melodies or different data sources been more present and more critical than in generative AI applications. This means a partner who understands data, migration and modernization, generative AI, and the change management necessary to drive adoption and impact is what's needed for success. Who better to share the learnings of orchestrating incredible generative AI solutions than Brad Jackson, co-founder and CEO of Slalom, our 2024 Global Generative AI Consulting Partner of the Year, and he's joined by Amanda McLaren, Bayer Crop Sciences CEO, and our Senior Vice President of AWS Solutions, Colleen Aubrey.
Okay, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Amanda from Bayer Crop Science, and welcome to Brad from Slalom. So Amanda, for many years, Bayer Crop Science has been investing in capabilities to put your data to work and really go after your mission of health for all and hunger for none. Can you tell us, where did you start and sort of what has changed since you got going?
Well, the industry of agriculture faces some pretty significant challenges, from global population growth to the need to restore natural resources, and of course the threat of climate change. So since about 2014, we've been working with AWS to enhance our data science capabilities in order to tackle these big problem spaces. And one of the best examples we have in this space is around our imagery analytics pipeline. When we develop products in our pipeline, we characterize their performance now using an ever-growing data set. It's now expanded to over 200 million phenotyping data points, over 2 petabytes of data, and about 20,000 UAV flights. So now we're able to use data and models in a way to make better decisions about what to advance in the pipeline than we were before. But one of the things we observed is that as our data science practice matured, we needed a more integrated, connected, seamless approach to fully support the entire model lifecycle. So out of that was born this concept of a decision science ecosystem. And fortunately, we were able to partner with Slalom and with AWS to bring that technical platform to life.
And so when was that, Amanda, that you started to work with Slalom? How did that get started?
Well, we've worked with them for many years. They have really become a trusted and strategic partner for us. Slalom really brings a deep understanding of our technology stack and our organizational culture. So that has allowed them to embed pretty seamlessly into our internal teams and truly become an extension of our engineering capability. And so ultimately, to make the decision to choose Slalom was pretty simple. We needed a partner with deep technical expertise and somebody that understood how that technology was being applied at other companies in different problem spaces so that we could focus on what really matters and not reinvent the wheel and instead leverage their deep perspective.
So, companies like Bayer, you're really pushing the boundaries of what's possible in your industry and sort of raising the bar. You need to move with speed and agility. There's uncertainty, and of course you need to see impact. And one might expect that these dimensions become supercharged in the face of AI. So Brad, I was curious to hear from you. How do you think about Slalom's role as a partner and helping companies like Bayer accelerate that time from sort of prototyping to realizing value?
Thank you. Amanda, I am hoping you brought a drone.
I left it at home. It wouldn't fit in my suitcase.
So Colleen, at Slalom, we love pushing boundaries. We like to be the first ones. We were one of the very original Amazon AWS partners, one of the best decisions we ever made. Our whole purpose at Slalom is to help leaders dream bigger, move faster, build better tomorrows for all. And early last year, as many in the world were getting exposure to Gen AI for the first time, we had a bold commitment. And we decided to build POCs for 1,000 organizations in 100 days. And we did that. Many of them were the first in the industry to be built on Bedrock. They were fantastic. These were the demos that were getting shown in many boardrooms. And so what do you do with 1,000 POCs? The next thing we did, we built the most comprehensive calculator I've ever seen, a Gen AI ROI calculator to figure out what was investable. So if I look at our partnership with Bayer, it was really 3 big things. One, it was focusing on economic value from day one. This was not a POC where we're hoping it would create value. Number 2, it was focused on life and purpose, short, medium, long term. We're about 8 billion people in the world today. If we continue to get 1% increases, that's an 80 billion person planet in just 250 years. and focusing on the purpose of sustainable food supply. And 3, we really worked on the relationship. Our teams love working with yours almost every day. and really our philosophy was, it was okay if there was some red and yellow along the way, as long as we were green at the end, on time, on budget. If I was to sum it up, we get to work with amazing technology. We get to help you create massive economic value, save the world, and love what we do every day.
Thank you, Brad. So, like in my team, often we'll say, well, with software, anything is possible. It's really just code. And so, but with Gen AI, the boundaries of what's possible start to extend. And the real challenge is often not the code, but the way it impacts processes, the way it impacts people, how we work, where people spend their time, and ultimately our customers. So Amanda, how do you sort of create that culture of change in Bayer to be able to embrace these new technologies and actually do the hard work of the change management?
I love that question. I think first and foremost, it's about becoming outcome driven. If you can align around a common what to achieve, you can create so much more space and flexibility on the how that you can really explore together. If you pair that with a natural curiosity and a test and learn environment, you really have a recipe for success for exploring new technology. I also think you do sometimes need to act as a catalyst in your business to sort of introduce the art of the possible. And so we're really intentional about embedding digital talent in with our business teams. And that's something that we try and model ourselves in our engineering community as well, where we create access to the latest and greatest technology for those engineers, and we encourage experimentation. In fact, recently, 2 or 3 weeks ago, we were able to deploy Amazon Q Developer, already seeing some really important improvements in productivity, and that's really what it's about. It's about enabling our teams to solve problems for customers and design better systems instead of doing non-value add tasks. And when you create an environment that enables that, you support not only your own teams, but also partners like Slalom who are going to come in, bring new ideas and new insights, and this really allows those ideas to land.
And so, Brad, maybe you can tell us a little more about what is unique about Slalom's approach to change management, and how do you think about enabling organizations to embrace that?
Thank you. If we go back pre-pandemic, and you look at the largest 2,000 companies in the world, you take their revenue, and then you compare it to today, they've grown by about 25%. If you look at cumulative inflation, it's also grown by about 25%. But during that same time, this group of the largest companies grew their profitability by almost 50% and value by more than 50%. So the reason I tell you that is when we look at now what's likely to happen next. And when we talk about change, I think as the partners of Amazon, this is probably the organization that can drive the most change in the world at the most critical time. And so when you look at what happens next, I think that we're going to go into the largest increase in human productivity ever in history in these coming years. During that whole 5 years, net employment in those companies only grew 8%. I think that's going to be normal. So I think as partners, 3 big things we can do. One is we're going to continue with efficiency, but you heard Matt talk about it. It's a shift back to growth and customer. And not only can we re-engage with our customer, but the value to our customer's customer. That's 1. 2, I think we can lead the way in what I call 10x data and AI partnerships. We're doing a lot with Amazon on these unconventional partnerships. One is 5 big cancer care centers coming together with multiple technology companies, multiple consulting companies. We can be at the very center of creating these new partnerships. And then lastly, I think we can bring everyone along to truly democratize the access to certifications, to Gen AI, to data, and not leave anyone behind.
Thank you, Brad. So, we need to close it out here, Amanda. So I'm looking for your really tight top tip for the group on how they should think about embracing this change.
Don't try and boil the ocean. Choose 1 or 2 high-value use cases, put the right cross-functional team around it to drive it, and I encourage you to bring in an external perspective. It's very valuable.
Fantastic. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Brad.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brad, Amanda, and Colleen. What an awesome example. And I love the emphasis of moving from Gen AI pilots to successful and impactful production. I love some of the learnings from Amanda, where she was talking about how they're embedding digital capabilities and talent across the entire business. Now, I think every customer would want to achieve those results with their generative AI investments. And I think every customer would want to accelerate conversion of their Gen AI pilots to production. But that is not what most companies see. According to Gartner's poll of executives, only 21% of Gen AI proof of concept solutions actually get deployed into production. That means that 4 out of 5 projects were not even worth finishing. And in a world where speed and efficiency is critical, you don't want to waste your time and resources. There must be a way to orchestrate a better solution. And there is. We've turned to our own AWS experts. Our AWS professional services team has been leading and helping customers with the Generative AI Innovation Center. And here to talk more about how they're working with partners to help customers is my friend and partner in opportunity, Vice President of AWS Professional Services and the Generative AI Innovation Center, Francesca Vasquez.
Wow, thank you, Ruba. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm absolutely thrilled to be representing AWS Professional Services and the Generative AI Innovation Center as part of the Partner Keynote for the first time here at reInvent. And I have some exciting news about our Gen AI Innovation Center. We launched the Gen AI Innovation Center with a mission to help customers design and build Gen AI solutions and launch them at scale. Since June 2023, the Gen AI Innovation Center has engaged with more than 1,000 customers, from startups to governments to enterprises, and supported over 1,300 use cases in over 50 countries. The reality is, while many organizations are excited about the potential of Gen AI, few have the deep in-house expertise required to effectively adopt and operate these technologies. And that's where we come in. Our expert team works hand in hand with customers, turning Gen AI ambitions into reality and value. Through the Gen AI Innovation Center, we've learned some valuable lessons. To move from pilot to production in Gen AI, organizations are going to need to combine a culture of experimentation to ideate the art of the possible. Then, we want them to continue to develop a solid business case with robust security measures and operational excellence at scale. Adoption. Most adoption can be accelerated through novel technologies like retrieval augmented generation, or RAG, and fine-tuning. And these strategies enable organizations to optimize performance and address increasingly complex use cases across a number of different industries. And the results? Well, we've achieved some pretty remarkable results that have impact. And let me just share one of my favorite stories. United Airlines has leveraged the AWS Generative AI Innovation Center and partners like Slalom and TCS to innovate new solutions and integrate them with operation systems and level up United's digital organization to become a leader in Gen AI. One production example that they leverage is called Every Flight Has a Story. Every Flight Has a Story uses generative AI to enhance communication with employees and passengers. The solution improves operational efficiency, allowing faster response to delay risk, and increasing customer satisfaction by offering timely, more transparent, and context-rich information on flight delays. Every Flight Has a Story uses Amazon Bedrock along with S3 and Lambda as Amazon Elasticache, managed streaming Kafka, to automatically summarize complex data from disparate sources, being able to draft detailed messages about flight status for both internal operations and customers. Historically, United storytellers had to manually edit templates, which took time. And United realized that Gen AI could automate most of these messages, freeing up their staff to focus on the more challenging delay issues. And an informed customer, for sure, is a happier customer. Today, over 104,000 messages have been sent, improving 6% year over year in the customer satisfaction digital notification survey scores. And United, well, United is just getting started. We're also collaborating with 11 amazing partners worldwide to drive innovation at scale through the Partner Innovation Alliance. Together with our global and regional partners, we're establishing Gen AI innovation centers worldwide, expanding our reach and empowering customers across the globe to drive their transformative power of Gen AI. We've now trained over 396 partner consultants from places like NCS, Escala, Booz Allen, Rackspace, and the Gen AI Innovation Center with our methodology. And we're not just collaborating, we're investing and funding these partners to help them be able to accelerate customer success. But that's not all. We've also launched the AWS Professional Services Partner Collective. It's a powerhouse of 14 partners alongside AWS leaders working together to innovate and grow. And we believe that this reinforces our commitment to strengthen relationships, be able to gather direct feedback, gain new perspectives, and deliver best-in-class customer experience with AWS partners. As I always say, we are #BetterTogether. Now, here to explain how they use partners with each of their own specializations and competencies to solve one really big problem is my friend, my colleague, and amazing leader, the CIO of Itaú Unibanco, Ricardo Guerra.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ricardo. I'm the head of technology for Itaú Unibanco. Itaú is the largest bank in Latin America. We have been able to deliver strong results consistently over the last few decades. It happened for us to just turn 100 years old last September. Our 70 million customers have full access to a full suite of financial services, from credit cards to cash management, from retail to wholesale. But this story is a story of transformation. 10 years ago, we realized that digital was changing the way everyone was doing business. And that was not different in the financial services industry in Brazil. And we decided to endure a whole transformation in the way we used to do business, especially in technology. When we saw that the world was changing, we decided to invest in a whole new platform. In order to do it, we said, there's a big challenge for us on understanding how to modernize our platform. And we said, we need help. We don't know how to do it. We definitely need knowledge. We need this network. We need you guys. And we partnered up with AWS so we could get that knowledge that we need in order to transform. And we partnered with another of different companies, like BRQ, like Accenture, like NTT, CI&T, GFT. So with that network, we were able to implement a much better platform than the one we used to have. You can imagine that our platform is somewhat 51 years old. It started back in 1973 with a huge legacy based in mainframes, based in distributed platforms. And that was a big problem for us to compete, just because of the slow speed that we had to deliver things that the customer needed. And when we decided to endure that transformation, we started to scale up around in 2018. And the results that we get were really, really amazing. As of today, 65% of our platform is already modernized. That means that we have been able to rewrite our architecture around microservices running in the cloud. That brings us a lot of competitive advantage. That brings us a lot of speed and enable us to build better solutions to our customer every day. In that sense, when we look at the results that we have already achieved, there's a lot of good figures that we can watch. First of them, we have more than 7,000 AWS certifications that were issued since 2020. We have been able to almost eliminate all big problems that impact the customers. We have multiplied the number of deployments that we have by 15 times, and we have decreased our cost of transaction by more than half of it. Those are amazing results, but that's just the beginning of a big trip, I would say, that we have looking ahead. Technology is only transforming faster, and we have to keep up the speed of transformation so we can stay relevant to our customers and keep on delivering value to all of them. And I'm really excited when I look ahead with all the opportunities that we have. We have been able to deliver very strong platforms that differentiate us from the market. And I have some examples for you. The first one is the data mesh platform that we were able to deliver. It's a domain-driven distributed architecture where we can really become a data-driven company taking decisions around data. The second one, it's a very interesting one. It's all we call one app, one Itaú. That means that we are able today to deliver value to our 70 million customers over just one app, which may be obvious, but we grew around many different business units, and we had to consolidate all those units in just one app. We used to have more than 30 apps. So if you have a credit card, it was one app. If you had a current account, it was another app. And all of a sudden, we had a hassle to deliver value to the customer who wanted to buy a new product or to manage the product that he had bought. So by consolidating and personalizing using AI, we are able to deliver more and more value to the customer. We were only able to do it because of the modernization. And the last one that we just launched, it's all we call Inteligência Itaú. It's a GenAI-based platform to enable client-facing solutions that we have just launched last week. It's a powerful platform and a very ambitious project that allow us to use GenAI to create new solutions like enhanced customer experience with conversational AI solutions, like instant bill splitting and money transfer solutions via WhatsApp or our super app. That platform, it's just the beginning for a whole new value that we expect to develop, to deploy to our customers. And we just announced that we're going to migrate 100% of our platform to the cloud by 2028. It's another ambition project that we hope we will be able to deliver more and more value to the customer over time. So our transformation enabled the creation of the best journeys. We put the customer in the middle, everything that we do, and we use design, technology, products, data, and AI to leverage speed, quality, and efficiency in everything we do. Looking to the future, we need to tap into this network. We still need help from you guys. We need the best minds in order to keep on evolving and keep on delivering value to our customers. And we truly believe that the future is bright, that the future is really good, and that we're going to be able to keep on evolving. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ricardo. What an amazing story. Did you see how many partners were in that? Each partner bringing their own melody to this particular Brazilian symphony. An orchestra of 5 partners, an important customer with incredible results. That's how it should work. But we know that's not always the case. Taking on a challenge of that magnitude can be complex. Having multiple partners on a project could lead to breakdown in communication between the partners, the customer, the AWS sellers. It could result in a lack of transparency on things like deal status and progress. every detail, every additional team member can be an added layer of complexity. But what if we could keep the good, which is the expertise of every one of those players, but eliminate or minimize that complexity? What if we could get all partners to work together as one to create harmony and deliver value to the customer like what you just saw? Which is why I'm excited to announce the preview of Partner Connections. The idea of this feature came from you, from our partners and from our customers. You said you wanted to be able to have a team of multiple partners working as a single unit to deliver value to customers. Well, Partner Connections does that. It provides a unified co-sell experience in AWS Partner Central or any partner's integrated CRM. And with Partner Connections, we enable the collaboration of multiple partners and AWS field sellers. Partners can co-sell joint solutions, accelerate deals, and expand their reach together. We're investing in simplifying multi-party deals because we know that it takes complexity to solve difficult problems. And we're not just solving business problems. There are human problems across the world. And the solutions can come from opposite sides of the planets, where we've got one partner and a customer in Australia delivering life-saving logistics to doctors and patients in sub-Saharan Africa. Let's take a look.
In Malawi, it's absolutely beautiful, but there's a lot of hard-to-reach remote areas. Getting to the hospital to get medication can be a very difficult journey. We have some fuel shortages, or the ambulance are completely broken down, flooding, bridges broken, so people jump on a boat and try to get up there using the river. It can easily be a 12-hour trip. But with our drone, we're able to cut the time down to 45 minutes.
We use drones and AWS technology to deliver medical supplies such as vaccines to 3.5 million people.
Easily on a normal day, we can get up to 30 to 40 flights. We just got a call that polio vaccines need to be delivered at once. We have cold chain boxes to keep content inside code, and then we load cargo onto the aircraft.
The challenge from a technical perspective is flying where the pilot is not able to see the aircraft, flying beyond line of sight. So we worked with AWS partner DIAS to connect our aircraft via both cellular networks and satellite networks up to AWS as an IoT thing.
Kwa mazina njirira mbale wanga rakubereka kena ku magazi ntupi nkuta ikuta wa magazi ntupi lorani kuluza mono timagwisa ntchito ya ujiniwo kandege kena kake indala bwera anathandizidwa kuno bwino.
At a point of time I saved a life, so it's something amazing.
You can see the patient who was waiting for the medication now using the medication in a critical situation. It really changes your perspective. So I'm just now a lot more conscious about what it really means to be human. It's just amazing to be a part of helping make a better tomorrow.
We all want to be a part of making a better tomorrow. And that's how we create global harmonies with the AWS Partner Network, where a company and a partner from Melbourne put together a solution for doctors and patients in Malawi. Customers, partners, and AWS coming together to create a solution that's greater than the sum of its parts, to have a real, incredible impact. Your technology solutions have the power to make positive change. Whether you're big or small, whether you're global or local, the AWS Partner Network is here to amplify your impact. And by finding the right tempo and creating harmonies instead of complexity, we bring together customers, partners, and AWS to orchestrate a beautiful symphony. I am inspired every day by the innovation you bring to AWS, to our customers, and to each other. On behalf of the AWS team that works so hard for you, thank you for the partnership and enjoy the rest of reInvent.